Liverpool 2, Wolverhampton Wanderers 1. A nervy ending for the Scousers. But they come out on top. They get the 3 points. That is all that will matter to the Anfield mob, to the Copites, to the Liverpool fans all around the world. They picked up the 3 points. Lots of talks about referees today, which we will discuss, and I'll give you my opinions on. Big moments in the game. The Quansah interception, the Quansah interception at the end could be a piece of the title-defining moments for Liverpool Football Club. Had they have conceded there, they go away to Villa. They go away next week to a rejuvenated Manchester City. Could be a very different week ahead. That tackle, absolutely massive. Alisson, big at the beginning of the second half with a great save on a one-on-one. A very poor second half by Liverpool's exceedingly high standards, but they got over the line. Diaz capitalizing on a little bit of fortune in the first half. An absolute stonewall penalty. Mo Salah buries it as everybody knew he would. And Wolves left themselves with a very, very uphill task after that point. As ever, I want to get your thoughts, your opinions, your feelings on today's game right now in the comments section below. Make sure you hit the like button if you haven't done so already. Get that done right now. Liverpool fan here says, absolutely embarrassing that was. Look, it's a Champions win. I've titled the video that because I stand by it. Been saying it for a few weeks now. I feel you're going to win the league. And it's games like today is what's going to make you champions. And this isn't a dig. This isn't a backhanded compliment, as some of the toasted people will make it out to be. The champions nearly every single season win 4 or 5 games like you did today. We're not particularly great. If Wolves had their finishing boots on, if it wasn't for a great save or a great block, you could have dropped points. But all champions, every year, pick up points in these games. Often the difference between the team lifting the trophy and the team that comes second or third is moments in games like this. Performance-wise, I agree with you. It wasn't at its best, and I understand why Liverpool fans may feel embarrassed, but absolutely a Champions win. Is it, Terry, kind of a worry, in my opinion? Look, the Merseyside derby is always sort of like a, doesn't matter who's playing well, who's playing poorly. It kind of nullifies things in terms of it becomes about the individual game. If Liverpool perform like this away at Villa, away at City, if a performance like today becomes 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games, then I think we can have that conversation. But it was only a couple of games ago they were purring. So I don't necessarily think it's anything to worry about right now. If, though, you think, Bath, that this is going to become an ongoing occurrence, then you state it, my friend, because that's a very different situation. But you've got to make that claim for us to talk about it, my friend. We can't just allude to that. This here says the tears from Dev. Look, people are going to call out the referee. Listen, I'm going to call out the referee today. I'll tell you what the referee got wrong today. But it went in both directions, like the Merseyside derby. It went in both directions. The referee today picked and chose when you could and couldn't be physical. There were times where I saw defenders tower over their opponent, nothing given, in both directions. There were times where I saw defenders do the same thing and fouls were given. There were times where some players, Konate, for instance, got booked for stopping a counter-attack. But I saw both teams get away with multiple yellow cards for stopping counter-attacks. That element of the referee's performance today was awful, but it was in both directions. But what of the big calls? What of the big calls today? Mo Salah was offside. It looks very clear-cut to me. But I will agree with Liverpool fans. Why were we not shown the lines? Absolutely. Jota's penalty was correctly overturned. Absolutely right. The only thing they got wrong was not booking him. Because this whole, we all knew what he was doing. When we all saw the replay, every Liverpool fan in my group chat said the same thing. That's a dive. It's a dive. The only thing they got wrong in that is he should have been booked. And Konate being sent off, no, I agree with the referee. I don't quite think it was enough to get the red card. What I will say is it's brilliant from Slot again. Sees the danger, understands it. He's done it in 3 recent games. Bournemouth, Everton, and today. with McAllister, Bradley, and Konate. He knows they're on their last chance. Doesn't take any risks, removes them from the pitch instantly. That element deserves massive credit. Too many other managers, I've seen it before, take the risk, leave the player on, go down to 10 men, drop points. Excellent from Slot. And the other decision was Liverpool's penalty, and that was a stonewaller. And I don't want to hear anybody moaning about the push or the nudge or the contact in the back of the Wolves defender. Absolutely the same as on Konate the other day. I don't think there's much in it. And we all know that those little pushes, those little nudges, those little pieces of contact are seldom given as fouls in the box. Seldom given. Very rarely against defenders. Almost never if they're on the attacker. So I'm keeping the same energy. Both the same for me. The only difference is one of them, Konate's about to jump. The Wolves defender wasn't jumping, but it was about the same amount of contact. Neither are fouls. Neither are fouls. So anybody claiming that Wolves were robbed, your opinion only stacks up if you said that Liverpool were robbed the other night. But what I've noticed is people are saying that it shouldn't have been a penalty because of the push, with the same people saying it wasn't a foul on Konate. And a Liverpool fan saying that it was a foul on Konate and now ignoring it. And me and Husam got into this. And Husam said it's completely different, Don't misquote me. I meant based on the way the referee refereed that game. And look, some Liverpool fans, not all of you watching this show, are just being wrong and strong. Wrong and strong. Because they were talking about, well, there was loads of little pushes given as fouls outside the box. Therefore, it has to be given inside the box. Well, there was loads of fouls given outside the box today for little nudges and little pushes. Right at the end on Endo. Right at the start of the second half on Gravenberg. And I made a bit of I offered Husam a competition. And my competition offer to Husam is this. Let's do a watch along together. And if there are less than 10 little nudges, little pushes, little leans on players that are given as fouls outside the box in a game, he'll win the competition. If there's 10 or more, I win the competition. The winner gets the other one's personal YouTube channel. Because I can guarantee, and I believe that in every game, on average, there is 10 or more little leans, little pushes, little pulls that are given as fouls outside the box that you seldom see inside the box. I'm just keeping the same energy. Liverpool weren't robbed of that decision on Wednesday night. Wolves weren't robbed of that decision today. Stone, wall, penalty. It's black and white for me. It's black and white for me. Neither were fouls. So look, I don't necessarily think the referee got any big decisions wrong today. The only element, just like the Merseyside derby, I felt he picked and choose when to allow physicality, when not to, when to book for cynical fouls and when not to. And I don't like that. It should be either or either. Let physicality last the whole game or book every cynical foul. I don't think you can start picking and choosing when to do that because I don't think it's fair on either side. But overall, look, Liverpool didn't have their best game today, but I think they walk away as deserving winners. I think they walk away as the deserved winners. A champions win, 7 points clear at the top. Two massive away games on the bounce for them now. Huge games on the bounce for them. Very excited to watch them myself. But as ever, I want to get your opinions. I'm going to go to some of your comments now as well before I bring the panel out today. Dreadful, many dreadful, disgraceful performances. Endo, thank you, is what Gregory says here. Diaz pen was a joke. It's a stonewall penalty, mate. It's a stonewall penalty. Terry said it's black and white, so smash the like. Yeah, listen, I just don't see the difference. And what I'm seeing, most people that don't like the penalty that Liverpool got said Konate wasn't fouled, and vice versa. So that just tells me the volume of bias in that conversation tells me you both know you're wrong. You both know that the goal should have stood for Everton and the penalty should stand today. That's my reading of the situation. It really, really is. Let's have a little look here. How many penalties have Liverpool got this season? I don't know, but they deserve the one they got today, and the one that was overturned was rightfully overturned. Like I say, the big decisions today, I don't think were wrong. I don't think they were wrong. Diaz definitely dived for the penalty, stuck his leg out. Yeah, maybe, but the goalkeeper clears him out. The goalie's wrong there. The goalie has fouled him. I don't think that's wrong at all. You keep talking Liverpool up as the best team in the world, but I consistently see them struggling to control games whenever teams take it to them. When are you consistently seeing that this season? When have you consistently seen Liverpool wobble like they did in that second half this season? I don't know if you can name more than 5 games. I think you've got to at least name 5 to say there's a consistency to this, if not more. And I don't think you can. Parts of the game against Man United and Everton, but I'm going to throw a caveat in there. They're derbies. They're levelers. Outside of that, when have you seen Liverpool struggle to control games this year? Can't think of too many. And I'm not saying they haven't. I'm asking you to tell me, Mark Kelly, when you saw that happen. I'd love to know, my friend. I would love to know. Let's have a look at some more comments here. Tears, give me more rival tears. The only thing I would say, the only Liverpool fans I'm calling out today are the ones that said it was a foul on Konate, and today have said, by the way, a few friends of mine that are Liverpool fans have said, I thought it was a foul on Konate. I also think it was a foul and we shouldn't have had a penalty. I disagree with their assessment, but I respect the honesty. If you believe, whatever you believed about Konate's push, if you think differently today, my humble opinion is you're lying. Or if I'm going to be polite, you're being intellectually dishonest. But my mum would just say you're being a bald-faced liar. That would be my take on that. Jota made it nervous. Was Salah actually offside? Yeah, Salah did look offside for me. He did. Another display of incompetent officiating. I'd love to know what you mean by that, my friend, in more detail. Gakpo plus Jones, hopefully back before next week. Jota fix up. Yeah, Jota wasn't great today. And you all know I'm a big fan of Jota. I thought he was very, very poor. Jota nearly cost us that game. Just shoot, and it's 3-0. Sorry, already done that super chat. I thought second yellows in a row after kicking away the ball was a thing. I think he actually, I'm reading the report here on Twitter. I think he actually got booked not for the cynical foul, but for kicking the ball away. But yeah, so it depends on how that reads. Look, on another day, he could have got sent off for that late. In the last those 3 incidents I've mentioned, Konate today, McAllister against Bournemouth, Bradley. Had they seen second yellows, it wouldn't have been the most egregious decisions in the world. But I think they were borderline. Final warnings were given. And then Slot's made the right decision. That's where I give Slot a lot of credit. He's used his brain and gone, I'm not leaving them on to get sent off. I've seen a lot of managers do the opposite. Got to give Slot credit today for the changes of Quansah and Endo. But is he going to miss games or not for his red card? Well, they're still deciding on when referees send off managers. It isn't as simple as a red card for a player. They miss the next game or the next 3 games, respectively. They have to assess what the manager has done, and therefore how long the ban is going to be. It normally takes a couple of games for that to get processed. That's quite typical. The only difference I can see is that Konate was in the air, but the Wolves player wasn't. Yes, I mean, there's a difference in terms of where the players are at, but in terms of it shouldn't matter, should it? If a push in the back is a foul, it doesn't matter if the player's standing up, jumping, skipping, making a cup of tea, or having his back sack and crack waxed. It's a foul. They're the same thing. And that's the only distinction people can make. But they're both pushes. But there's barely any contact. I think both defenders should be stronger. And the reason why I'm saying they shouldn't be given is because 99.9% of them are never given in the box. Never given. Outside the box, you get them all day long. Right at the end of the game, on Endo as an example, if a striker's got the ball and he's shielding it, and Van Dijk does that to him in the box, you know a penalty's not being given. Let's not pretend that doesn't exist in football. It's so disingenuous of people to do that. Personally thought the pen wouldn't be given for the push. Well, that's fair, Omar. I think you said it was a foul on Konate, so I respect your opinion on that. At least you're keeping it 100. At least you're being an honest man. I love that, Omar. Terry, Liverpool second was so bad they were just losing. They are losing the next 3. Listen, if Liverpool's performances are away against Villa and away against City are as bad as they were in that second half today, I think they lose both those games. I absolutely agree. But I'm not convinced Liverpool will be as bad in those 2 games, personally. So, yeah, listen, I think it's a fair claim. And I'm not trying to downplay what you're saying. But if Liverpool play bad, there's a chance they lose against good teams. It's a fairly standard opinion. And I agree with it. If you play badly against good teams away from home, you typically lose. Whether they play badly or not is a very, very, very different question. And Kingsman here says City are getting smashed. yeah, look, I'm looking forward to that game. I really, really am. Sam and Ram are going to join me on the show now to have their say. Gentlemen, welcome back. Congrats on the win. And Sam, that was an important win in the end in the context of the game state, the trajectory of Wolves in the match, and that late Quansah block. How important was it? And break down the game for me, please.
Yeah, no, it was a rubbish performance, but it was an important win. Sometimes when you have champions, champions will have games like this where you literally just have to slug it out and actually get the 3 points. That's all I cared about, because the way we dropped points against Everton, I was fuming. So the next game back, you need to get 3 points no matter how much it costs. Now, talking about the game, the ref's decision favoured Liverpool today. I have to admit it, the ref's decision favoured Liverpool today, but you're going to get games like that. And I believe Konate should have got a second yellow, a red card. And I believe that Jota, it was a correct decision. He dived. See, a Liverpool fan actually being objective, unlike some other fans that can't be objective. But anyways, but it was a rubbish game. It was a rubbish game. I feel like we should have put Wolves to bed in the first half, made it 3-0, ended it then. But then there was Jota did not have a great game today at all. Yeah, it wasn't good today. Like, what we need to do, Liverpool, is that we need to stop conceding these silly chances. These silly chances where we're practically controlling the game, and then they get a chance where Gravenberch jumps. And I didn't even think that he needed to jump in front of Cunha like that. He gets sent, and then Cunha buries it, which it was a great shot. It was a great shot, to be fair. But other than that, yeah, we need to clean up with these silly mistakes that we make, personally, because we only defeat ourselves, really and truly. But one thing that I credit Slot for doing was what he didn't do the last game. He put on Endo. Now, Endo, what he's brilliant at, he can break up attacks in those itty-bitty tackles that he makes, gets in front of the attacker, puts his body in front, gets the foul. He's very good at that. And that Quansah last-ditch tackle was absolutely brilliant. Yeah. Absolutely brilliant. And he's come under fire quite recently because of his poor performances. But that really saved the goal. That was a goal. Because Robertson, I don't know how far out he was, but my word, I think it was the right back at the time, had an easy pass to who was at centre forward. That would have been a goal if Quansah wasn't there. So altogether, again, it was a rubbish performance. But sometimes you can have a rubbish performance, but the result, 3 points. We need to fix up against Aston Villa, because Aston Villa they have better players and they will punish us if we play like that. But I feel like we'll rise to the occasion and get the W at Villa Park.
Yeah, no, yeah, you definitely need to be better. There's no doubt. And yeah, listen, the Quansah clearance at the end, I just thought was spectacular. And you know, I won't be buying it, but you guys will. No one buys DVDs anymore. You probably download it. But when you buy the end of season DVD, we probably all just watch it on YouTube now, wouldn't we? Thinking about that, that's
DVDs. They haven't come out for years.
Yeah, that's how long it's been since my team's won anything major, like as in a league title where you want to watch the whole thing back. But in fairness, I watched the FA Cup journeys back last year, but that'll be one of those moments. Like, who knows what Quansah's career is going to be like at Liverpool? But that tackle is something that I think it's just sort of folklore.
It should be a confidence
win. It's massive.
It should be a confidence booster for him.
Okay, let me go, you guys, because I want to address the allegations that Mr. Flowers has.
There's no allegations. No allegations.
First of all, the reason why I said that Liverpool got robbed last game, I said given the context of how Oliver refereed that game. So that does not apply to every single game from now to the end of the season. Terry's out here tagging me every time a player has a nudge. I don't agree with Michael Oliver, but that's how he refed the game. And given the fact that that's how he refed the game last game, he should have kept the energy consistent. Simon Hooper didn't do that today. Simon Hooper was not out here whistling every 3 seconds. Simon Hooper allowed us to play for the most part, unless it was a clear foul. He gave a clear foul on both sides. There is no controversy whatsoever in any decision today. There is no as a matter of fact, if there is any controversy on any decision, I actually think Salah's goal might have been onside. Like, because they didn't draw the line, so I don't know for a fact that it's offside. But the other decisions are all correct. Jota dived. He should have got a yellow card for diving. So let's just establish that he's an idiot for not shooting to begin with, because you're in a dangerous position. Just fucking shoot, mate. Like, I don't know why he just didn't shoot there. He should have got a yellow card for diving. 100% correct decision. Konate shouldn't have been sent off, because it's not like 2 successive yellow cards, because he was clearly trying to win the ball. It was not like he was trying to deliberately harm the player for Wolverhampton Wanderers. And I get what Terry's saying, because if he gets another yellow, we're gonna go like, Konate, you're dumb. But the referee, for the benefit of the game, just like they do all the time in games, he wouldn't send him off. He gave him a warning. And by the way, he did the same thing for Wolves players. He didn't send off Wolves player for direct second foul after. He gave the penalty on the guy that had the yellow. He didn't send him off. He was like, he gave him a chance. And I don't have a problem with that. So that's why today I have no problem with Simon Hooper's officiating. He officiated to the letter of the law. He gave yellow card to Konate for kicking the ball away. He gave yellow card to one of the Wolves players for bitching. I have no problem with Simon Hooper today. You know what I have a problem with? Us. We played like dog shit in the second half. Second half, we were crap. First half, it's usually the opposite. We usually crap first half, good second half. First half, we were dog shit. Absolute dog shit. Sorry, second half. First half, we were actually good. We weren't that bad. I think we played well for the most part. We controlled Wolves completely. We had the dangerous chances. We scored twice. Penalty, 100% a penalty. There's no controversy about it whatsoever. First goal, bit lucky, but Diaz scores. Second half, we were absolute ass. We were actual ass. Like, we were genuine ass cheeks in that second half. But credit to Terry for one thing, because he put in the title champions win. Now, I had to sit here for the last 4 years and watch this bum next to me win 4 league titles without playing well for 90 minutes every single game. This is reality. He just hasn't. Vater is here, innit? Yeah. So he has.
I'm curious why Sissy fans here.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah,
he's here
because he's just interest of time, because the game's starting in 10 minutes and I will be leaving bang on 4:30 to watch this game. So we have to try and get through this very quickly. And I want to get to everybody. I will just say very quickly, the reason why I called you out for what you said, Husam, is one, your point. You haven't addressed the point I made. You said the way. Hang on, no, you haven't, and I'll tell you why. Yes, you said the way that it was refereed, but I pointed out on Wednesday, the same as today, that all those little pushes and nudge examples you gave that he gave us fouls in the Merseyside derby in the middle of the park were also given today. Endo right at the end of the match. All those little nudges where a defender stops running, gets a push in the back. All the little, always, I would say 9 times out of 10, they're given outside the box. Rarely are they given inside the box. That's why I thought what you said was crazy. So I've offered you a competition. If we can watch a game together where we see less than 10 of those little nudges and pushes, there's little leans that lead to fouls outside the box, less than 10, you will become the owner of the Football Terrace. If there's 10 or more, I own all your YouTube channels. Are you prepared to do that competition with me?
No, I'm not, because Premier League referees are useless.
There we go. Because you know that in every game, those little nudges are always given outside the box and rarely given in the box. So you know, that's the only reason I called you out, my friend, because I'm keeping it the same energy. Inside the box, I actually understand why people think they're fouls, but you're ignoring the fact that they are seldom given as fouls. For me, that's why
I am not.
You are.
Okay, I want the rest of the guys on the panel to speak. I know you want to go watch your game. The point is the following. Given the way Michael Oliver refereed that game, I'm not saying that should be the rule in every single game. I'm not. I'm saying you are correct.
You're missing the point. No, you're missing the point.
Can I speak 10
seconds? No, you can't, because you're missing the point. You're going to get.
I'm not. But you can't let me land
all those little nudges in the back and pushes outside the box are given in every game. So he didn't.
I agree, but that's not what Oliver did. You're missing the point. Oliver didn't do that for the whole game. He didn't.
Show me where he was giving loads of fouls and nudges in the box, like the Konate one. Show me. There ain't no examples, because it doesn't happen.
Michael Oliver was giving a foul for every touch. That's the problem.
Not inside the box, he wasn't. That is what you're ignoring.
I don't care.
I'm going to go to Tom. Tom, what you saying about today's game, bro?
Brutal. I hated that last half. We clearly went into that half trying to save legs because we got big games coming up. But we conceded and then just didn't save legs because we had to turn up for the last 25 minutes and run round. So ultimately just waited a half, being under pressure for the entire part of it. First half was good. It was nice to see Luis Diaz finally get his first goal contribution of 2025. It's about time. You know, maybe I can get another month of good performances out of him and we can, you know, ride that out for a little bit. But the part I want to speak on today was the atmosphere. Before this game, you know, Arsenal won yesterday. in some tough circumstances. And all week I've been seeing this talk about building an atmosphere, building a wall, building a fortress at Anfield, building this thing at Anfield. And for the second half, we might as well have been playing at Molineux. The atmosphere at Anfield in that second half was vile. No wonder some of our players are shitting the bed when their own fans are looking at them receiving the ball and going, "Oh, it's fucking horrendous, horrendous." I get that we were under a bit of pressure in that half, but these boys this season have earned the trust to trust them in moments like this where they're under a bit of pressure to see it through. Fucking hell. I've got Andy Robertson, the most gung-ho lad on the pitch, telling our fans in the cop to calm it down because we're too negative, we're too on the back. No wonder players are going to struggle in that situation. It's all well and good before the game, putting up these posts and putting up these essays about how we need to create the Anfield atmosphere and it'll be easy because we'll win all our home games, this, that and the other. If the atmospheres are like that at home, no wonder we're better away. No wonder our record's better away because it turns toxic at times at home. That day in the second half, those players needed a bit of backing. Those players needed a show of trust, and all they got was fucking nervy worries and
Mike was the first one
moans.
to call this out this season. He called this out from the start.
I haven't seen it much this year, but today was a real bad showing of it. Bad showing, and it's almost made me glad that the next 2 games are away. I'm glad that I'm going to play Villa and City away because you know what? I know that it'll be all right there. I know that there'll be 100% support there. I'm not having what I had today, where those players, our fans are on their back every second of that second half. It's wrong. Yeah. You're supposed to be supporters, not fucking people who go there and expect the greatest thing you've ever seen. Back them in good and bad, not just when it's good.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I hear you, mate. I actually hear where you're coming from on that. A couple of super chats before I go to the rest of the panel. Nudge by Diaz that led to the penalty was similar in the Everton versus Liverpool game when they equalised. Yes, almost identical, other than one was jumping and one was standing. Both not fouls, both correct decisions. Stand by both of them. Absolutely right. Terry, you made an apology video after the... If you're saying that, it means you didn't fucking watch it, you pleb. I was talking about being gaslit by some of these morons on this panel that told me that Mo Salah was fouled in the build-up to the equaliser when it was 7 fucking minutes earlier. That's what I apologise for, was telling my viewers fucking hell. Because I got sent a clip of the foul on Salah and I went, shit, they were robbed. Turns out it was 7 minutes earlier. That's what I apologise for, not the push on Konate. Watch the video.
do need to make a comment about that, though. I do need to make a comment about that. Quickly, it was big. I actually mentioned it as part of the 26 fouls that they got, not because it led to the goal. Yeah. That was.
No, I'm talking about the people in the comments and on the panel who directly said Mo Salah was fouled in the build-up to the goal. If you go back and watch the video, people were generally saying it, messaging it, super chatting it. Then I got sent the clip of it, and I just went, okay, you guys ain't going to lie about this. Turns out it was 7 minutes earlier. That's what the apology video was for me being misled and then misleading my audience with that incorrect information. So I apologize for it. You look frustrated by that, Mike, but it's the truth.
Okay, my issue here is I don't care if it's a foul on Konate because it was offside and it's been proven to be offside. So us sitting here and arguing for 15 minutes.
Offside how? Sorry. Oh, because it was within the 5 centimeter.
Yeah, it 100%. And people have gone back and they have drawn the lines.
Hang on, but you're wrong there though. It's within the 5 centimeter leeway, which means it's within the rules, which means it's not offside.
Okay. Listen, semantics aside,
it's not semantics. It's the rule. That's not semantics. You're not arguing over the meaning of a word.
If we want to have an argument about the rule and the fact that the 5 centimeter leeway is given, that's fine. But by any,
Mike, I advise you not to go down this route.
I'm not going to because we're short on time. If you go back, if you watch the someone posted a screenshot. I'm not saying Salah's onside. I'm just saying that there's not a chance in hell that anyone with the naked eye could tell me that that's offside. I've zoomed in. I'm probably going to going to go into Photoshop and draw my own lines.
So just on that though, Mike, but you do agree with me. All the Liverpool fans who lied that Mo Salah was fouled in the build-up were wrong.
Yeah, I don't know what they're thinking of.
As long as we all agree on that, I'm relaxed about it. What did you make of Liverpool today? What did you make of Liverpool today, bro?
listen, people are going to tell you that performances don't matter at this stage of the season. I think they do, but I'm not going to argue that point. I thought that the first half was the worst 2-0 lead that we've had in a long time. Luis Diaz's goal was jammy, and also fun fact, Luis Diaz and Mo Salah. Luis Diaz has the same amount of career Premier League GA that Mo Salah has this season. He surpassed him by 1, and then Mo Salah retied him. So when people say that we don't have a problem at left wing, I just want you to revert to that. But ultimately, listen, the midfield again today, not up to par, giving away the ball cheaply, especially in the second half. The amount of times McAllister found himself on the left wing, passing it to nobody. I actually didn't dislike Soboslai's cameo on the left wing today. But to be honest with you, we got the job done. Endo came in, did a job. It should have been the substitution that we made in the Everton game because he proved it why, right? Yes, he committed some fouls, but he also got us the foul that won us the game, right? And it's that kind of effort.
He's street smart. Exactly, he knows how to play the game.
I said it at halftime, Mike. You were there. I said bring on Endo.
100%. But listen, regardless, to me, the most important moment of the game came when one of the most slandered players of the season made a block, and that's Jarell Quansah. Without that block, this game is a draw. So everyone who said, and I went on your show, Husam, and I said, put on Quansah for Konate. And Albert said, even when a Ghanaian doesn't like a Ghanaian, we shouldn't play him. But guess what? That Ghanaian is the reason why we have 3 points. Because without his block, that's a draw, and everyone's sitting here throwing their toys out.
Jarell Quansah is not a bad player. Jarell Quansah showed last year the level of player he is. The thing that people forget is young players have confidence.
Who said he's a bad player? Who's been saying
Ram? You're not on Twitter. You've seen the reaction Jarell Quansah gets this year whenever he comes on the pitch. Jarell Quansah has been battered this season for no good reason. He's a young player who had a hit to confidence. He's a young player who had a hit on confidence. The same thing that has happened to every young player who's ever come through the football club.
He's a confidence player.
But
regardless, Wolves didn't have a blonde striker. That's my theory. I'm running with it. Speaking of blondes, come on, Bergvall, hat-trick. Let's go.
We did enough. I believe that we did enough to win this game. And at the end of the day, champions win games that they play poor in. Like Vader knows that just as well as anybody. We weren't our best. We got the dub. But the performance, again, we like back-to-back shit midfield performances. We cannot go to Villa and we cannot go to City playing like this. But we probably won't because those teams will play football against us.
I might quickly, just to say, that's what annoyed me about Everton last game because we did enough to win the game, especially what the game state was like, and then everything that happened after. But, yeah.
I've said my piece. You're on mute, Vader.
Yeah, what you saying, V?
You're
still on mute, bro. Your mic's not working. The mic's not connected.
That's all good, Vader.
We'll see you next Sunday. Was it next Sunday?
Honestly, V, it's the best opinion you've ever given, to be honest. It's it's great to see. Listen, I want to congratulate Liverpool on their win today. Deserved overall, even though it wasn't a great performance. I still think it was deserved. Boys, I'll see you all again soon. This is going to redirect you to Husam's watch along, so go and watch him over there. And I'll see you.
Everyone look forward to a Xerxes Hoyland Garnacho front three. Oh, that's gonna be the best part of this Sunday.
I'm hoping the referee robs Spurs and Elster today. That's what I'm hoping for.
Who have you got to bring on to change the game? Lindelof?
Right. No, kids. We've got kids. I'm honestly more excited about watching the kids come on from the bench.
Is Ahmad hurt?
Who? Yeah, Ahmad's out for the rest of the season. Done his knee ankle ligaments in training.
What?
But we also have.
Did you not see this yesterday?
But also Mainu, Ugarte, Collier, Yoro, and Eriksson all got injured and ill this week as well. So
I live under a rock. I have
what were you doing in training this week?
6 injuries in 2 days for the team. It's crazy. We've got a load of babies at the bench. Listen, guys, I'm going to go watch it because it's going to be embarrassing probably. I'll see you all again soon. Cheers, boys. Thank you to the viewers. You're amazing. And the super chatters. See you soon. Peace.
Big up.